Hello everyone and welcome back to another Universe Sandbox 2 video. Today we're going to be doing part 2 of evolving a custom solar system from birth to death. So, if you remember last episode, we used Alpha Centauri as our star for this version of evolving a system from birth to death. We got a nice array of planets as well. Some of them have already got insane orbits from nearby travelers, orbital rejections, basically clashing too close to other planets and stuff. So yeah, we have got a pretty interesting shaped system so far, and it has obviously evolved quite a lot since we first began. We've run 0.0164 million years of simulation time here, as well as making our star larger and brighter. So yeah, it's gone pretty well so far. And also one thing as well that someone mentioned in the comments was I accidentally made this object here about a Jupiter in mass, so I fixed that. It's now down to 0.5, which is a little more what it should be for a rocky object. So yeah, I fixed that, so yeah, please keep that in mind. But yeah, there we are. Anyways, back to evolving. We're going to just let time evolve nice and fast, and you can slowly watch as orbits could start to change. So keep an eye up here, and we'll watch the simulation just run for a bit as well. So you can see still have the brown dwarf just in the edges there. You can see a lot of orbits. You can see a big orbit is changing there. Brown dwarf is having constant effects on stuff as well it gets too close to. So pretty extreme stuff. And as we look out here, we can see that this object here is on a very, very strange orbit. And it's basically the Sedna of the solar system currently. I mean, it really is acting like it. Just been really far out there. Really extreme stuff. We've also got our one of our gas giants out here. So this is like the Planet 9 alternative now. And it's actually quite similar to Planet 9 in appearance as well. But yeah, so that is also on this very, very distant orbit. And its orbit is constantly changing, probably due to the presence of our secondary star, the brown dwarf over here. So yeah, pretty cool stuff. And yes, just chilling on the outer edges of the system there. Okay, back to the inner solar system. We can see some orbit is definitely changing. What is that all about? Who's that? So that's Fawn. Okay, what's happened here? So let's see here. So this is pretty insane. It's at minus 200 degrees though, so pretty insane stuff. It looks like its temperature's not even changing. Surely that can't be right. Just put it to 0. No, it still does freeze. Interesting. Let's check its stats out then. What's up with this? It must have a very high albedo for it to just be that cold. Oh, it's got 0 albedo. What's that all about? It's a very mysterious world. Very, very cold then. Okay. Interesting. Right, anyways, onto the star itself. I think it's evolution time. So, we're checking out here. So, it's still locked. Okay, so surface temperature radius. We can make it a little bigger. So we can see it's going up about 2 luminosity as sun is approaching now, so a little brighter. There you go. Okay. So how's our closest planet to the star here? So we've got Salby here, just a burnt rock at this point. We got the next planet out, Bonk over here. It's this world. Obviously still got its Venus-like appearance at the moment, so not looking good there. All frozen out. And we got Horta over here as well. So that's also just all of its oceans are just evaporated, making a sort of similar like Venus atmosphere there. So yeah, looking good. So there's that one, and then moving out to the third or the fourth planet, I should say. So how's this one doing? This was the one with our sort of methane appearance on it. So how's that one looking? So it's still all frozen up. So this is like Titan, effectively, this object. So cool. Yeah, planet version of Saturn's moon Titan is effectively what this one is. So pretty cool. And it has those we had those sort of different coloured oceans of like methane to make it look a little more interesting. Also, it's all frozen at the moment, so you can't really see it, but yeah, just pretend it's there for now. So there's that one. Okay. Right, moving on to the next object. So where are we? So So you got that Fawn object on a weird orbit. Then you got Ministun over here. So that was another frozen world. This was also a possible potential life holder. I mean, it's got an atmosphere. It's got water on it. It just needs that little bit of temperature to warm it up. And then we've got Akam over here as well. That's just a dark world. There's not really much going on there. And then a little further out, you got these rocky worlds, which could one day host lifelike conditions, but they're just waiting for their time at the moment. So they're all dormant. So we just need this Alpha Centauri just needs to get bigger and brighter before we can really start to see changes there. So anyways, let's continue simulation speed. Let's go. We'll also save the simulation as well. It never hurts to do that. So let that all save up. Come on, game. There you go. So okay, cool. Right. Let's continue to let things play out. So here we are. Keep an eye on the outer simulation as well, so looking good. Okay, nice. And I think now we can bring up the moment I saw, and people in the comments, yeah, they thanks for the feedback, everyone who commented on the last video as well. But yeah, it seems you guys enjoy the interstellar travelers that fly by our systems. So this time we're going to have another interstellar traveler enter into our systems area. So we're going to go open the menu here, and we're going to see sort of what changes could happen with another object flying by. So I think someone said try another brown dwarf and try and launch it very close to the star and sort of see what happens. So we're going to go to launch. Going to go all the way down here. Wait for where are we? I need to see where's my gasser objects. Where are we? They should be somewhere here. There we are. Okay, so we're going to shoot another brown dwarf into our system, and it's going to make it pretty quick. So we're going to go where are we? Light speed. So I'm not going to go ridiculous, but I'm going to go something like that. So 394 kilometers a second. So this is going to be a fast flyer in theory. So we're going to zoom out. I'm going to launch it. So interstellar traveler there. There it is. There's an interstellar traveler coming by. Gasser yellow. So it's another brown dwarf entering from that side of the system. So you can see there it is. So it's got 78 masses of Jupiter, and it's a yellow brown dwarf. So you can see it in the distance. You got our main brown dwarf, then you got our yellow brown dwarf entering the area. So interesting. So we're going to see how this changes things. So here it is. So you got interstellar traveler. It's a shooting star, effectively. It is coming in very, very quickly. So there it is. It's going to have a very close flyby to the inner solar system as well. Obviously travelling very fast. It must have been an object that got ejected from another star system, and obviously it's still travelling very, very high speed. So here it goes. It flies by our solar system. You can see it had an effect on the orbiter bonk there, and now it is flying out. So let's sort of see what changes that could do to our system. So there it is. So that's flown by. So interstellar traveler, and it's gone. So yeah, that had a slight effect. You can see the orbit. It's wiggling around a bit, because it had a very, very close interaction with Bonk here, so the second planet from the sun. It definitely had an interaction. It would have been cool if it like stole it away or something. That could have been an interesting change of events for this planet. But there you are. You can see the orbits out here are still looking insane. So there you go. So that yellow brown dwarf has just flown off back into deep space. So yeah, there he goes, and he's just disappearing off into the distance. So yeah, that's now gone. So cool. Okay, so it had a slight, big effect on that inner planet there, so there you are. Okay, so how are we doing? So it didn't really do much because its orbit is still very close to the star, but I mean it is still wiggling around a bit, so that could be interesting for future events there. And we'll go ahead and save the simulation again as well, because it never hurts. So there you go. Okay, go on game. Cool. Actually, one thing I'm going to do as well is the planets that could potentially be life worlds in the future, I am going to just give them a different trail colour, just so we can sort of spot them a little easier. So, go over green on that. This one's already blue, isn't it? So, yeah, that's a world that could potentially have some sort of life conditions. It's got all frozen up. I mean, it's got a lot of water on it. So, in theory, this could be an ocean world at some point. So, yeah, it's got the potential. It just needs the temperature. So, there's that one. This world as well. That's all just frozen, but again, yeah, it could be a potential candidate for life. So we'll just give it a different trail colour so we can see it. Keep an eye on it. There you are as well. What's this green one over here? Is that a gas world? Oh no, that's another rocky planet. Why did I make it green? Has it got some sort of unique property? No, it's got no water on it. Okay, not sure why I made that one green, but there it is. Then we've got gas giants. So we got our dominant gas giant here, 1.15 Jupiters. We've got Orapak's second gas giant out, 0.437. Then we've got the third gas giant, Curio, 44 masses of Earth. And then obviously the fifth gas giant, or the fourth gas giant, I should say, Idel, is on a very, very dangerous orbit. Now, I don't know if the brown dwarf flying by calls that, but you can see its orbit is dangerously insane. I mean, if that could... Oh my god, it could go into the inner solar system if it completes its orbit. Oh my god. Is it actually going to do that? No way. Let's just keep an eye on things. I mean, if that... Oh, ejection! What was that? We've just seen an ejection there. That the green trailed gas giant has just had a big problem. Curio has been ejected completely gone. So, oh dear. So that is now a rogue gas giant as well. See, brown dwarf is still having effects on objects as well. It's close to Orapak's actually. That is not good. That is not good at all. So that brown dwarf's presence is a real danger. Oh, is the orbit hanging on? No, I think it is gone. I think that is it for the green one, unfortunately. Okay, so Idale, how are we doing? So this object, I think it's on its return to the star now. Let's just keep an eye on its trail. Yeah, it is approaching the star again, so not good. God, Orapax's orbit is not looking too good. Yeah, look at that. Orapax is now on a serious problem with Alpha Centauri's orbit around Alpha Centauri there, because the Idale is approaching the inner solar system, so the rogue Planet 9-like gas giant, the fourth gas giant that's been ejected for a long time, is now on its approach to the inner solar system. So here it is. So it's approaching. It's receiving sunlight again. Hasn't seen sunlight for a long time. So here it is. It's going to fly by the inner solar system. We can see its temperature is going to warm up as it gets closer to Alpha Centauri. It's going to fly by, goes up into the positive temperatures for a brief second there, and now it is on its retreat away from the star again. But yeah, very close flyby for one of our furthest gas giants. So pretty insane stuff. Okay. Look at the state of those orbits. My God. Looks like another object got ejected as well. The where was it? It was some rocky object there. This one here, Decum. So that's completely gone. Oh, it was a world that could have been lifelike. Look, it's got an atmosphere. It looks like it's got frozen ice on it. Ah, that's a shame. Yeah, it did. So that was a world. Could have been potential for life, but Destiny has got other plans for it. So, yeah, not looking good there. Anyways, we're going to throw another save in, because that's a lot of evolution we've just done there. So let's do that. There you go. Cool. Come on, game. Right, there you are. Let's continue. Start. We're going to head back to you. Right, Alpha Centauri. So it's going to start getting a little more dangerous now. So we're going to go up. We're going to go all the way up to about 3 suns in size. Or radius, not radius, luminosity, I should say. So we're getting a little bigger. So we've just gone up by 1 sun. So we can see Salby there. How's Bonk doing? 324 degrees. So yeah, there is that one. Got Horta over here. How you doing? So that one's still got its clouds there as well. But obviously it's not as far away as well, it's a little further away than Bonk. So what we're going to do is we're actually going to just for customization purposes, we are actually going to decrease the thickness of that atmosphere just a tad. So we're going to go down a bit just so you can see a little more of underneath. So has it still got water under there? Oh, it does. It still has water. Okay, interesting. So yeah, we'll just decrease it a bit, so you can still see underneath it. So it's 184 degrees, but the water is hanging on. It is still under there. I don't know how, but it is there. The clouds. There you go. So it's an all-ocean world now. Interesting. So yeah, very interesting. So yeah, that's not looking good for the water, is it? So let's make it a deeper colour, look a more pale colour. I mean, just look. There you go. So that's it there. So. Interesting. So I could make it like a deeper, almost like a corrupted ocean sort of colour. It's not really a nice looking planet no more, but the water is hanging on. It is still under there, so very interesting stuff. Maybe some storms will start to develop in its cloud layers as well. How about that? Double storm. So there it is. So a very inhospitable world now. It may have water, but that water's like 100 odd degrees. So I mean, let's look at its surface stats. So how are we doing? So yeah, even the coldest areas on this planet, minus 159 degrees. So this planet is, yeah, not a nice world, even though it does have that water retained. So not looking good. How's this planet out? So this is the next planet. Nope, still no chances for temperature yet. So yeah, the star needs to get a lot brighter before we start seeing temperature get into the outer sort of areas. I mean, those other planets that have potential for Earth-like conditions, the blue and the green trail, look, they're not even in the green zone of the habitable area yet. So yeah, there's no chance that those guys are getting any sort of temperature anytime soon. So yeah, not looking good for them. But anyways, let's continue evolving. So you can see Orapax is that gas giant. That was closer than the brown dwarf originally, but look at its orbit now. It's now further out than the brown dwarf. So not good. So Orapax, keep an eye on Orapax, the yellow gas giant trail. That's not looking good for that. Anyways, let's just go further out here. So the stuff that's been ejected, I mean, that's not coming back. That's definitely not coming back. That's not coming back either. It looks like the blue Idale, after its flyby to the star, it looks like it's been slingshotted out. So it looks like that may be gone as well. Yeah, I think that's had it. There's no way that's coming back. Look at this orbit. It's completely gone. So it must have had quite a high slingshot flying by like that. Oh, what's that? Oh, did you just see? Orapax has had an interaction with the brown dwarf, and you can see that its orbit is now being stretched out And that's probably what happened to the green, the green one we deleted, and then obviously the blue one, it's on its way out as well. They must have got too close to the brown dwarf, and then their orbit must have slingshotted too far away from the star, or it got too close to Alpha Centauri, like we saw the blue one, and then it just got slung completely out, all due to the power of gravity. So, yeah, pretty insane stuff, honestly. But yeah, not looking good for aura packs. So we have lost, effectively, we've lost 2 gas giants now. And yeah, I think Idel's gone. We're getting rid of that. That's not coming back. So we've lost 2 of our system's gas giants, all due to the presence of the brown dwarf. Oh, it looks like it's having a little interaction with our dominant, or our second gas giant there. Look at that. And oh, so we did have 5 gas giants, didn't we? So we've actually lost 2 of them now. So that's not looking good. So we only have 3 gas giants left out of the original 5. So, yeah, not looking good. And this one's got a bit of an interesting orbit going on as well. Look, this one here. You can see its orbit is getting in that inner solar system area, so that could upset other orbits. So that is not looking good at all. Oh, man, okay. Keep an eye on that. Look, see, Aurapax, a planet that was once fairly close to the sun, is now a distant world. Not looking good there. Okay, anyways, back to the inner system here. How are we doing? So let's see. Okay, yeah, Alpha Centauri. I'm going to buff you up again. Now we're having a bigger increase. We're going to go up to around 5 to 6 luminosity of sun. So we can see the star is getting bigger, brighter, but it's losing its surface temperature as it starts to cool down. So radius is getting bigger. 3 luminosity. It's now at 6 luminosity of sun as well. So yeah, 3.5 radius of sun. Luminosity is getting bigger. So there you go. So that's going to have an interest. So now you can see it. These objects here, the blue and the blue ones, are starting to get in that habitable areas. So interesting stuff there. Okay. So we should start to see it. Maybe Minas Tun here, the next potential world for Earth conditions. If you look carefully, it is melted. Yeah, look, it's got liquid on its surface. There you go. Look at that. So this is the next potential world. It's got those sort of like ionized red oceans like Space Engine has. So, yeah, pretty cool. So, I mean, it may not be the most pretty looking world, but I mean, it's got those conditions. It's got the temperature it needs to sort of start warming up and hosting life. So, yeah, there you go. What do you think of that? It's quite a cool looking world as well, actually. I'm liking the way that's coming out. It does look good. So, there you are. But maybe some sort of plant life could start to grow here. So, for instance, and also, I know we're having... remember, this is all fantasy-based, so it's not fully realistic. Maybe just a slight greenish shade is appearing around the oceans, or appearing around the little pockets of water. Some sort of little grass sort of layer. It's just a bit of life on our sort of reddish-looking world there. So if you look underneath the atmosphere and clouds... Okay, that's way too green. Get Howler here. That is way too green. Let's put that back to what it was. Now, I want the lower elevation. That's what we need. So low elevation, maybe just a faint sort of greenish area, some sort of or algae, something like that. Algae-ish green sort of area starts to show up. Maybe the oceans, maybe a little more water appears from underneath the surface of the planet as well. So just a bit more water appearing on the surface as well. So maybe start some oceans and stuff. But yeah, you can still see there's not much green going on. It's mainly all just still fairly barren, but there is slight little green algae areas on the edges of the water. So the life is coming from the water in a way, or sort of algae, or just plant. It's basically just plant stuff at the moment. So yeah, just a slight little development on this planet. So there you go. The atmosphere is still fairly red, but maybe it needs to fade a bit, make it look a little more interesting. So there you go. It's a little bit of evolution for that world as it slowly sort of meets its time in the sun. So let's check its stats. 94 and 38. Okay, cool. But we'll keep an eye on that. See how that world does. So, cool. That's now in its sort of good time area. So you can see its orbit. It does get closer to the star at one point, then it will get colder again. So it has got a bit of a weird orbit going on. You can see here it's increasing in temperature, going up to about 10, 11, 12 degrees, 13, 14, 15, 17. It's going up to 20 degrees, 25 degrees, 27, 28, 29. Oh, and it just meets 29 degrees, and now it's on its it's dropping again. So cool. So you can see, yeah, it's got a really interesting. So check the stats as well as its orbit and temperature changes. Check the stats. So as it gets closer to the star, the Earth similarity does go up, then it goes down again. Then the life also goes down as it gets hotter, but then also it gets further away from the star. The Earth similarity goes up again. So it's got in a bit of a weird position at the moment. Interesting stuff. Nice. Cool. I'm liking it. It looks cool. Next up, we've got Horta. How are you doing over here? The two inner Venus-like worlds. We can see this one's at 460 degrees, so that really is Venus conditions now on this world. You can see it's very, very hot. Oh my god. Not looking good at all. So yeah, very, very hidden well. But maybe if it gets too hot, maybe the atmosphere will just dissolve, just eroded away by the solar winds. So there we are. And that was a bit of feedback that one of you guys gave me as well. So that's quite a good idea, actually, having the atmosphere just get completely wiped away after a big amount of time. Obviously, so much solar energy. Yeah, the atmosphere could just get worn away in theory. There's Salby, so that's not looking good. 248 degrees there. That's on like a tidy lock sort of orbit as well, so that's not looking good. Akam, how you doing over here? Yeah, that's just another dead world, actually. Not much going on there. Where are we as well? So the next one was this green world, Mole over here. How you doing? So minus 121 degrees. Let's look underneath those. Oh, where'd that yellowy colour come from? Looks quite good, actually. What's that all about? Oh, it already has some green colours on its surface, so maybe it's naturally just sort of done it itself, and it's got a bit of interesting colours going on, even though it's a little colder here. Interesting. Hey, that's cool. It's still got the oceans on its surface waiting to be melted, so that's pretty cool. Nice. Then we've got the next world out here. Obviously, they're still way too cold. But, yeah, there you are. Okay, cool. So, interesting. We've got a bit of evolution going on there in the inner solar system. Cool. How's Fawn doing? Because this one's going to have quite an interesting orbit as it gets closer to the star now. It still sticks at minus 270 degrees. What is that all about? This must be broken, because there's no way it gets that close to the star and it doesn't have any temperature change. Yeah, there's definitely some sort of bug with this object, I think. Let's have a little play of its stats a bit. Let's maybe just give it a bit of albedo. Maybe it just needs a bit to really register it. Turn the infrared up. It has an atmosphere. Does it have an atmosphere? Where's the atmosphere stats? Oh, it does have an atmosphere. Maybe just a slight increase on pressure. Maybe that's what it needs, just to get a bit of temperature going. Yeah, we'll come back and see that a little later. Anyway, so on to the outer system. How are we doing out here? Oh, Gasser Brown, how are you doing? Okay. Oh, another world's been ejected. Look, another one that's gone. That's definitely not coming back. Okay. Let's continue. Oh, what's going on there? That's not looking good for that planet. Okay. I'm still a little worried at this one here, this gas giant, the second orange-trailed one. I think that's going to have an interaction with the brown dwarf eventually, and I think we're going to see that one's orbit change for the worse. Here it is. It's getting close. There you go. Oh, there you go. So that's another gas giant that's been... Is that a full ejection? That could be completely gone. I think it's gone. I think that's had it. It's not coming back. That's gone. That's completely gone. So that's another gas giant wiped away by the brown dwarf's presence. So the brown dwarf is taking no prisoners here. It will just get rid of you. So it's gone. That's completely had it. So dead. All gone. Okay, so we've lost. Yeah, we only have 2 gas giants. Oh, another world's gone. What's that? Oh, that's the green. That was the green one. That wasn't the one that was going to be potential. That was just the one that was green for no reason. So there's that world also gone. Brown dwarf is just taking no prisoners. It's getting serious out here. So let's get rid of that as well. That's gone. Because we're losing planets left and right here. Okay, so yeah, back onto the lineup. So that's all we got left. So we got 2 gas giants. That's it. They're the only 2 left. Oropax and then the dominant gas giant. That's it. And all the other worlds are rocky. So not looking good. Not looking good at all. How's Horta doing? Oh my god. Slow down. Way too fast. How are we doing here? Whoa, this is looking different now. What's happened here? How's this world suddenly become so green? What's happened there? Why is it so green? Oh, I think I know why. Is it because the water's disappeared? Yeah, it is. The water's disappeared. So the green has shown up again because this was all buried under the water. So, yeah, that green is definitely not happening anymore. Let's just go to a desert, sort of sandy, rocky sort of shades. I mean, I don't think it deserves those colours anymore. There you go. So you can see the surface is starting to show up again. The water's all disappearing. 279 degrees. Yeah, not looking good for that guy anymore. So, yeah, the water's all disappeared. So now its surface is just looking all ruined in theory. So, yeah, not good. That water's slowly just going to vanish completely now. So, yeah, the last areas of water on that object, they are not lasting much longer. How are we doing over here? Ministan, what's happened here? 37 degrees here now. Oh, so it's getting too warm, honestly. We may have skipped the star a little too fast for this planet, unfortunately, but there it is. I think maybe one thing we can do just to help it out a bit is maybe just give it a bit of albedo. Maybe it just needs that just to survive a little longer. So there it is. Maybe that will help out. Just to give it a bit of simulation time. But yeah, it's all, you know what's the problem here as well is its orbit is it gets too close and it gets a little further out, so its orbit isn't consistent. So that's interesting. But let's check it out now. So let's see what it does. So goes to about 10 degrees, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and it goes to 1, then it increases again, goes all the way up to 11. Okay, yeah, so we've put it on a more that little bit of albedo, that little bit of extra reflectiveness. Because you can see it's got a lot of ice and snow on it, so yeah, a little bit of reflectiveness just to give it a little helping hand in this simulation, just so we can see a little bit more of Earth-like conditions. Let's check its stats now. Yeah, so they're still fluctuating, but yeah, decent. Okay. How's Mole doing out here? That's the next Earth-like candidate. I mean, yeah, it's still just not close enough for the star to really get the kick it needs out there as well. Okay, so yeah, speaking of the star though, I think we need to give it a little boost again. How's Fawn doing? This was a world that was got little patches of water on it there, so yeah, that one's fluctuating a bit now. That's cool. Okay, let's save. Cool. Okay, right, now let's continue. So click play, back to the star. Right, size, radius, getting bigger again. We're gonna go, it's a big evolution. It's gone up to 8 luminosity of sun now, so the star really is starting to come into gear now. And you can see Ministan here, the world that was once decently stats, it could be getting too close to that red zone now on this star. So, not looking good. Not sure this is going to hang on. I mean, I know we gave it the albedo, but as that ice melts, maybe the albedo goes down again a bit. So maybe it does drop. So there you go. Okay, anyways, on to Mole. This is a planet that's starting to get into that green zone. And also the blue planets as well. How's Fawn doing? That's minus 240. But yeah, if we go back to the very, very inner systems here, keep an eye on the closest planets to the star here. How are we doing here? So Salby, 286 degrees, still scorched. How's Bonk doing? 513 degrees. So you can see, yeah, it's not looking good at all. Getting very, very hot here now. So you can see the surface is glowing hot. This is obviously the most Venus-like planet for sure. I mean, yeah, that is a very thick cloud layer there. I mean, thick atmosphere. I mean, maybe it completely hides the surface now as it's just getting completely decimated by temperature. So, there it is. Maybe, yeah, there you go. It's already got a low albedo as well, so it's really trapping that heat in there. And maybe as well, maybe its atmosphere pressure is increasing as well. So, yeah, I'll have a little bit of a multiply, so it's very dangerously hot there. How are we going? Water, next planet out. So I take it the water must be all be gone now. There's no way the water's still hanging on at this point. Yeah, it's all gone. So you can see a world that was once a nice world with green on it has now just been reduced to a barren wasteland, effectively. Obviously got that sort of toxic looking atmosphere going on it, clouds. So yeah, a world that was once Earth-like. Maybe our home Earth will resemble something like this in the far, far future as well. But yeah, there it is. So very, very dormant, dead world now. Barren wasteland. So there it is, Horta. Next planet out. So this one, this orange one. So this was the planet was like Titan at one point, and yeah, it's now in positive temperatures, so we can probably see its oceans underneath. Where's its oceans gone? Oi, give us our oceans back. Oh, it lost all of its oceans. Okay, that's why. So a planet that may have had its liquid methane oceans, because we were using it to represent methane, it just lost all the material. So that's why its atmosphere, or that's why it's gone. So you won't see that anymore. So now that's just a boring planet, I guess. It's lost its unique feature. So there's that one. Next up we've got Akam. How are you doing over here? So that was, oh yeah, that was the dead world. Not much going on there anyway. Ministan. 44 degrees there, okay. So yeah, maybe that life never really got a chance to develop. So if we look under it now, I mean, maybe that green area, maybe that all just dies out because it's just too hot now, unfortunately. So yeah, no, unfortunately the life never got a chance to really get going, I guess. So there you go. So that's now just a red world. Still got its red oceans. I mean, it's still in the 44. I mean, it's still in the okay temperatures, but I mean, it's still boiling hot there. So very, very warm. Okay. So the next planet out is Mole. This is the next potential life candidate over here. It's the only current world that Yeah, that's the one. It's next in line for the star wave to reach it. So it's slowly warming up though as simulation evolves. So okay, so it's just an ice age there at the moment. Okay, but let's actually really let time advance now. There you go. Okay, so it's keeping up. The outer solar system, I mean, that gas around the dwarf has just ripped the outer solar system to shreds. I mean, so many planets have been lost. So not looking good. But I think as well, as our simulation plays out, we're going to have another interstellar traveller. This time it's going to be a smaller world. And we're going to sort of see if it gets stuck around our around the system here. So what should we go with? I mean, how about a mysterious glowing object of some kind? Let's go with that. It's going to travel fairly slow, 24 kilometers a second. I mean, yeah, we're going to go, yeah, a very, very slow world that's approaching the system from a far out area of space. There it is. So another interstellar traveller, and we're going to see what happens here. So glow gas, a very mysterious world. It's very, very reflective, as you can see, but obviously it's in the complete darkness of space currently. So if we go all the way down here. But if it gets close to the star, maybe it'll hang on for a bit. Who knows? Let's see how this world plays out. There you go. That's a lime green trail. Let's see how that world sort of hangs out. Oh! It looks like it's locked onto our star. Let's see how that plays out. Maybe it will hang on for a bit. Maybe we'll pick up a planet. Because also we lost a lot of planets. Maybe our own system will pick up a planet or two. We'll have to see how that plays out with Alpha Centauri here. Maybe we just have to hope that the gasser doesn't upset it, because it could do it. So it's approaching our system, yeah, and it looks like it's because it's traveling fairly slow. It may be able to hitchhike onto our system. So could be an interesting thing here. So cool. Have to see how it plays out, I guess. Let's give it some thick clouds. Maybe look a little more interesting. There's so many weird customizations you can do with that, but yeah, let's see how that plays out. A very strange world approaching the system, made of an unknown material. So there it is. Okay, let's see how this evolves then. Let's see if once this arrives. So let's check its stats as well. So is it increasing in speed? It is increasing in speed. Okay. So it's a rogue object approaching the system. Let's see how that works. Oh, its orbit is looking a little dodgy. I mean, it should approach though. It is on its way. I mean, the better way to do it is just look at that. There you go. So that is on. Yeah, you can see it's on a course to come with our star. Oh, what's that over there? Oh, we could have had another world being ejected there. That task-cursed object's not looking too good. Okay. Keep an eye out over here. Oh, Aurapax. What's happened to Aurapax? Oh, Aurapax is not looking good either. Oh, okay. So will glow gas be able to survive this system's brown dwarf, or will it be able to find a nice new home? Let's see. It's approaching the stars now. So will it hang on or will it get ejected? Let's see how this flies by. Maybe the brown dwarf will pick it up. We'll have to wait and see how this comes to be. So here it is. It's approaching our system. So a nearby interstellar traveller. Is it going to hang on? It looks like it is hanging on for a bit. Okay, so we've got a hitchhiker gas giant that's came from the middle of nowhere in deep space, and now it's part of our system. Cool. Nice. So we have picked up a gas giant. We have lost two, but we've picked up another gas giant instead. So that's pretty cool. So will it hang on, though, is the question, or will it just disappear back into deep space due to the presence of our brown dwarf ejecting everything? Because remember, our brown dwarf here, 25 masses of Jupiter, so it is pretty large. This one's only 6.36 Earth masses. So if we go into a scale tour here, I mean, it's not a very large world. As you can see, it's actually a gas dwarf effectively. So it's not a bright, not a large object. So if we go by mass, how are we looking in mass? If we look at mass, where are we? Down here. Yeah, it's not very massive compared to our planets as well. We do have objects larger than that in here, so there you go. Oh, Fawn! Look at Fawn! Change of subject. Let's go. Let's travel to Fawn. Look at that. 21 degrees. Or minus 21, but it's melted, and now it is becoming an ocean world. Look at that. Nice. There it is. Cool. Look at that. So it's, an all ocean world now. It's got a lot of water on it, as we can see. So it's covered the whole surface up. But yeah, it's got a nice north and south pole at the moment. Looking good. Let's give it a little nice sort of bluish atmosphere going on there as well. Give it some clouds. How are we doing? How can it be 2 sets of turbulent clouds? Yeah, cool. So yeah, it's just an all ocean world. Maybe it has a few storms at appear from time to time as well. So there you go. Interesting. And then clouds, maybe they can be a... Nah, that's a bit silly actually. Yes, I mean maybe an interesting sort of shade of blue for its clouds. Maybe its water can be a nice sort of crystal blue shade of water as well. Some sort of interesting water colours there. But yeah, how about that? So it's got a very, very interesting colour of water on it. So maybe there's some unknown element mixed in with that water to make it look a slightly different. But yeah, there you go. So it's got pretty nice looking design. That's what it looks like underneath. So yeah, got a very, very interesting set of conditions on it actually. So there you go. I'll keep it with a whiter sort of shade. There you go. So there it is. So a world that is now got decent conditions. So give it a very light blue. So there's Fawn. So you can see here the problem with this planet is look at its orbit. So it can get close, then it's going to get further away. So that ice will probably spread a bit more as it gets if it loses temperature. So we'll have to see how that plays out. I mean, how is it at the moment? -8 degrees, so it's getting colder again. -15, so that could freeze a bit. But now it's approaching the star again. So it's going to warm up. So there it goes. So it flies by. Okay, cool. How are we doing out here? Oh, look at all these orbits. Aura packs could be completely gone here. That is a dangerous orbit now. Okay. So the only gas giant that's really behaved itself is the dominant gas giant here, because it's close enough to the main star where the brown dwarf doesn't affect it too much. So pretty insane stuff. Anyways, let's continue. We're going to save the simulation as well. Cool. Looking good. What is that? What is that trail all about? What is that? What? Do you see that yellow? What is that? Oh. Is that aura packs? It's like a weird yellow line going to nothing. What is that trail all about? You see that? That's some glitched out orbit. It must be aura packs, yeah. Yeah, it is aura packs, yeah. Look at what is happening to it. That's had it. That is not coming back. Anyways, let's continue. You can still see it glow gas, that rogue planet, still hanging onto this system for a little while. So interesting. It'd be cool if it kitches into the inner solar system. I think that'd be really cool to pick it up like that. So there it is. Alright, this is at it. There's no way that's coming back. I mean, surely we'll keep it in there for now, but I have to wait and see. Alright. Okay, and what we'll do as well, Alpha Centauri, having a buff as well. Going up to 10 luminosity of suns now, so it's getting bigger, brighter. Okay, there you go. How's Mole doing? This is the next candidate for some decent conditions. It goes to -46 degrees now, so it's getting in there. How's Fawn doing? I'm guessing we're going to see more ice melting here. I mean, yeah, it's going up to 50 degrees. Yeah, I'm not sure that ice would last at 50 degrees. We're going to press Melt All. That'll give it a little encouragement. So, where are we? Fawn. That's better. I think it should look like that at this point. I mean, the ice can reappear if it wants, but I do think it should look more watery, especially with how close it gets to the star there. You can see the poles are returning a bit, but yeah, that's fair enough. So, there you are. But yeah, it's not as dominant as it was before, so it is literally an all-ocean body now, effectively. Cool. Okay, so Mole. This is definitely the candidate for the next sort of life conditions. So yeah, there it is. Is that water on its surface there? Is that liquid or... I mean, it should still be frozen. What is that? Atmosphere, clouds. Yeah, that is water. That looks to be water. Yeah, it is. Okay. You can see it's got a green shade there. So has it got some... Maybe it's got some Earth-like colours underneath, waiting to emerge out on its own. So, cool. Looking good. Okay, how are we doing on the inner system here? So you can see Bonk... Hottest planet in the system here, not looking good at all. I mean, yeah, there it is. Salby as well, a world that's just completely, yeah, it's actually losing material. I saw some smoke trails coming out of that. Horta, how you doing? 347 degrees, obviously just a former Earth-like planet still, so there it is. Now we got this planet over here. That's the world that had the Titan-like conditions. Ton, 63 degrees there. Very, very warm now, unfortunately. So it's gone past its prime now. Okay, how are we doing on this blue edge? This is the last of the candidates for life, I guess, over there. So that one's still minus 111 degrees. Okay, let's continue. Let's let time advance really fast now. We'll throw a save in while we're here as well. There you go. Okay. Let that save itself. Okay. Come on, game. There you are. You can still see it. That gas giant orbit is just going all over the place. I see it's all completely gone off the screen now. So, there you are. So, glow gas is going to return to the star as well. So, see how that plays out. Okay, let's let time go faster. So glow gas is sitting on the edge there. Let's see how it behaves. And just keep an eye on that brown dwarf's presence. See what it does. Because that is definitely going to have some serious effects. With more objects that's flying by. There's all those little planets that are hanging around there. I mean, this one here, this little Sedna-like object's managed to hold on for quite a while, hasn't it? And this is the one I actually designed after Sedna. So that one is still hanging on in there. Got a very insane orbit, but it's still in there. So, it's pretty cool. Okay, right, glow gas is about to return to the system again, so we're going to see how that rogue object, see if it can hang on for another orbit or not. How are we doing out here? I mean, yeah, Aura Pax is just a lost cause, I think, at this point. It's just completely ended. We've also got this Ixa world. That's completely gone, that's for sure. Okay, there we are. So, glow gas is returning to the system once more. See how it approaches. So if it has an interaction with the brown dwarf, it could be make or break for this object. So we have to see how that plays out. Okay, here it goes. It's approaching the system. Slowing down time. See, watches it as it flies in. Oh, okay. So, is it going to have a close encounter with the brown dwarf? Oh, it did. It did have some sort of interaction there. So it flies by, and now is on its way out of the system again. And that looks like it's an ejection. That could be completely gone from that. Maybe it just had a massive gravitational assist, and now it's just completely been ejected. Yeah, that's at it. But there's no way that's coming back. You can see by the orbit that's completely gone. Not good. So glow gas, we had it for 2 orbits, and now it's gone again. So yeah, rogue planet. So it's flown by, and yeah, it's now leaving. So there it is. So bye-bye to this object, unfortunately. So we're never going to uncover its secrets. So it's completely gone. How's the inner system doing? Okay, so still getting a little, still insane in there. I mean, how we do? Aura Pax is, yep, that's had it as well. It's not a circular orbit anymore. That's completely gone. So glow gas, that's also gone. This planet as well, that appears to be gone as well. Okay, so we've lost a lot of objects. I mean, look at our list now. We are losing worlds. So not looking good. What orbit is that? Where did this come from? Look at this one. Whoa, my God, whoa. That orbit has just changed. Oh, okay. So if you look carefully as well, look, the only planet left in the outer skirts is this one, which is the dominant gas giant. So the dominant gas giant and the Gasser brown dwarf, I think those two have kind of worked as a team and cleared out the outer solar system completely. So you can see Gasser brown, and then this one. There used to be a bunch of planets in between this planet and the brown dwarf, but it looks like, yeah, dominant gas giant and brown dwarf, they've cleared out all the other gas giants. Every single gas giant is gone, apart from this one. So they've completely cleared that out. They've cleared out all of the minor objects, all the minor planets and other rocky planets. They're all gone. And all that's left is, yeah, the inner solar system, effectively. Everything else has been wiped. And you've still got this Sedna planet hanging on, but I don't think it's going to last much longer. Oh my God, right, let's continue. So yeah, the two nasty gas planets, or gas objects, so Gasser Brown and then this one here, they've completely wiped everything out. They've made the outer system extinct. All that's left is the inner solar system now. So, there you go. Oh. So, you can still see that object's on a very insane orbit, but yeah, it just needs to have that wrong interaction with the brown dwarf or the dominant gas giant, and it will have an orbital change once more. So, keep an eye on it. It's got more like a comet-like orbit. It's going to fly by. It just needs to get too close to that brown dwarf, and then it will see some big changes. So, keep an eye on it. I'm just going to watch for a bit and see if it runs into anything here. We can see the other planets coming in as well from the outer system there. So that's had a slingshot. Ooh, so yeah, this object here. Well, for anyone who's can't see it so well, oh, this was a world that had Earth-like conditions as well. I say Earth-like, it had the potential to be Earth-like. So we'll make this one pink so you can see it nice and clearly. So keep an eye on that orbit. So all it takes is just to be too close to that brown dwarf or gas giant, and it will see a change. So let's keep an eye on that. Just let time go a little faster. So you can see it bouncing out, in and out, in and out, and it just needs that brown dwarf to come around at the wrong time, and it will have a gravitational consequence for it. So, oh, something else is slinging out. That's the other outer planet. Oh, look at its temperature change. I mean, that thing's orbit is ridiculous. Look at that orbit. What is that all about? I mean, that is a very, very insane orbit. I mean, you can see its temperature. Look at its temperature stats. I mean, it has melted a bunch of stuff, so pretty insane. So as it approaches the start here, let's try and slow it down and see sort of if it increases in temperature at all. I don't know why it's at -273. I think that's wrong. I don't know why it's doing that. Let's just try having a little play of its albedo. I think that's probably what's... where are we? Let's just give it a bit of numbers. Maybe it just needs some number change. I don't know. I don't know why it's not melting. That thing should easily be melting at being that close to the star. I like that. So, I'm not sure what that's all about. Anyways, let's continue. Yeah, it doesn't seem like it wants to warm up, so that's weird. So keep it. Look at it bouncing around. That is so weird. This goes like bong, bong again, like just bang, bam, bam. Okay. Oh, it just needs that interaction with the brown dwarf, and it will go flying somewhere, I reckon. The brown dwarf just not in the right place at the right time to really give it the consequences. There's no way that's hanging on. I mean, it'll have an interaction with the dominant gas giant at some point as well, and it will see a change. So you can see it's getting close to the brown dwarf, but it's just not getting enough to really do it. And its orbit's changing still. Look, you can see it's still got a very bizarre orbit. Look at that now. Not spherical. It's all inclined, eccentric. It's all over the place. So, okay, there you are. But back onto the inner solar system, you can also see some changes in the inner system now we've ran the simulation even more. Look at Mole. What's happened here? So it's going into positive temperatures, and you can see there is Earth-like conditions under there. Look at that. So where are we? Look under here. There you go. Hey, cool. So it's got some early it's got some early signs of Earth primitive on it. So, or primitive Earth conditions, I should say. Let's give it a slight more earthy atmosphere, maybe, so something like that. A bit more blue. So it is warming up a bit. So there you go. Earth-like conditions are starting to arise there on Mole. What's next? We got this world over here. That one's still too cold. Akam, that was the dead world, wasn't it? Yep. Fawn, how are you doing? That was the ocean world. Yep. Okay, that's still sitting comfortable. Ministun, 77 degrees. Okay, hanging in there. This world as well. Another potential Earth candidate. Still frozen, though. Alright, okay. So how hot does Mole get when it approaches the star? So it goes to -50, 60 degrees. As it approaches the star, all the ice is going to melt. There you go. You can see it all melting there, and then it freezes out again. So it goes pretty interesting conditions there. Very interesting. Okay, so let's see how it warms. So when it gets closer to the star, it goes. So here's Mole now. So get closer to Alpha Centauri. Let's see how this changes. So keep an eye on it. So you can see it's all going to melt. So the clouds are looking pretty cool as well. Okay, so it's at 3 degrees, -3, 2, 1, and then increase the speed. So it's in positive temperatures now. So it goes up to 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 24, 5, 6, 27, and 27 degrees it will go up to. Okay, cool. Very, very nice indeed. So there you are. Okay, cool. So that is where our system stands at this point in time. So you can see, look how much stuff we have lost. So many objects today. I mean, look at that. We had like probably, I think we had maybe 4 rows of this. Look at, we've lost so many. So insane. But there we are, guys. So we are going to leave off today's episode here. Oh, the picture's broken. Oh no. So there we are. But yeah, we're going to leave the system off here for today. Yeah, I really hope you guys have enjoyed this simulation. And I've got to say, this one's turned out to be really interesting. So yeah, give me any feedback, tips and tricks down below in the comments. Let's even go for 50 likes on today's video for part 2 of this. And yeah, stay tuned for part 3 coming out next week, guys. I'm really looking forward to filming it, actually. So yeah, with that all said and done, guys, make sure you have a great day. Stay safe out there. And I'll see you in the next video. Goodbye.